Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, once again, the one and the only, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is August 17th, Thursday, and it's about 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And what we're going to do here today is do a quick market recap on the day. Markets continue to slump down big today, especially S&P 500, the NASDAQ actually down about 1%. So big drops in the market here today. We're going to look at some options that we'll look at tomorrow, actually, on, it was Nordstrom's, some opportunities that we talked about yesterday that might even be better tomorrow. That being said, not the best market for that, but we will check on that and assess the risk that is associated with that. That being said, there is risk in trading and investing. This is for strictly entertainment purposes only. Mainly mine, but hopefully you find some entertainment in this as well. So let's start with the market recap. S&P 500 currently closed at $436.29. We're looking at the ETFs for this. That's just been the gauge that we've been looking at on the markets, just because most people understand stocks, and that is traded just like a stock, which was down 0.76% on the day, down actually about $3.35. Getting closer to our demand zone that we talked about many days ago during the $430 area on the S&P 500. Dow Jones, same story, down about 0.78%, which was about $2.71. Currently in a kind of a sloppy demand zone on that. So that we're going to watch and see what this demand zone does here on the Dow Jones. That looks like it's there on the daily and the 4-hour. Let's look at the 1-hour chart. I'm not a big fan of that. That being said, there is a pretty good spike in price right there that it's in right now. So it's respecting that right now, but it closed. So we'll see what happens as markets move forward tomorrow. That being said, currently the S&P 500 is just ever so slightly up on the day. The new trading day in the futures market, that's the ES. And we haven't talked a lot about that, but we probably will in the upcoming sessions here, since that's a big gauge on the market is the futures market. We've talked about oil and silver and gold and stuff like that. But we will talk about more of the indexes on the S&P, on the futures market moving forward here. So that's your Dow Jones closing the day at 345.06. The NASDAQ was your biggest loser of the majors. Actually, the Russell was, but NASDAQ down 1.09%, nearing the lows from June 23rd. So this one here doesn't have that same demand zone that we're looking at with the S&P 500. And by the way, they're all in different spots. So no major correlations there. It doesn't give you a huge odds enhancer. That being said, markets down from the highs, down about 7%. So for those buy and hopers, it's they're feeling the pain again. So they're probably, maybe this is the continuation of the drop, is those buy and hopers not liking this 7% drop and basically getting rid of some of their positions. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Is this a pullback, or is it a continuation of the major drop we've seen in the market over the past year and a half, 2 years? So currently, looking at the NASDAQ, from all-time highs, the market is down about 12%. So if you had any positions from November of 2021, you were still down 12%. So I like this to the short side moving forward here, but that's just my assessment on that. The IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell, this one down as well. But this is the biggest loser, 1.18% down, currently at 183.65. By the way, the QQQ, which was the NASDAQ ETF, closed the day at 358.58. So this one here, kind of the same story as the NASDAQ, not showing a major demand zone that looks really good on a chart. We do have one near the 181 area, but that's been tested, I want to say 2 times. So odds on that one are not as good at a third time. That being said, these are all 3 low on the percent Bollinger Band, which is an opportunity that I like to look at as a gauge for my options, but that doesn't say what you should be buying or selling. It's just a gauge on where it's been and where it could go in the future. That's your major markets. Let's look at the gold market. Gold currently is moving right now, but because it's in the futures market, but currently at $1,893.60 as we speak. So this one here was down on the day just a little bit, but continuing that slump. It's really down about from the highs of July, down about 4.5%. So this one here continuing to slide. We do have demand overhead. Excuse me. We're about in the middle of no man's land. Demand overhead and supply down low. So in the middle of nowhere. So this one here, I mean, I would say it could go either way. I don't have a real assessment on gold here. Long term, I'm bullish gold and silver. So that's your gold market. Although silver does have a demand zone right around 75 cents lower than current price. So that one here, we were going to look at some options the other day, but it wasn't given enough premium. So that silver is currently at $22.76. All right, so that's your major ETF markets. Nothing real to note. XLE, which is the energy sector, the ETF is the only one that's really positive that I would trade as far as the ETFs in a long position. You got a couple that are down 2 to 0.9% on the day. All right. Stocks. Since everybody knows and loves stocks, yesterday we were talking about Nordstrom. That one continuing to slump. So tomorrow, we'll look at the premium tomorrow morning and see if that's offering any premium. That one, but then again, it's in a major downtrend. So, I mean, do you really want to be in a bullish position on a stock that just is continuing to get hammered? Currently down from the highs from the end of the month of July, down roughly about 19%. So could this continue to drop here? If this goes down to the demand zone we were talking about, it would have to drop another 23%. That's a 40% drop in 2 months. Is that likely? Not really. Is it possible? Heck yeah. So there might be some opportunities there. So we'll look at that tomorrow. Some of the major stocks here, we talk a little bit about the Magnificent Seven. I think the Magnificent Five, whatever it is. Apple down about 1.6%. PLTR, Palantir is down 8%. Big drop of the market. Tesla down 2.83%. Facebook down 3.13%, and Roblox down 4.15%. So let's go to NVIDIA. That's not as bad as the others. We do have a demand zone down much lower, but still NVIDIA near the all-time highs. I do like the NVIDIA. That's a good stock there. Apple, this one continuing to drop from the highs. So opportunities with Apple might be coming down. I would say down the 144 area. Thought we had a smaller term time frame. We did have a small time frame on Apple. And I think we talked about this yesterday. Went right through the demand zone. So Apple is showing a lot of weakness. I know this could continue to plummet here, since it went up so fast from the beginning of the year. It went up about 60%, and then down currently about 19 from the highs. Actually, a little more. Not 19. 12 from the highs. So that is Apple. WWE down $3 on the day, $3.27 to be exact. 3M was up today. Not a lot of green in the markets here. If you look at a heat map, you probably would see majority of the heat map as being red. So that one there, it's just not looking too hot for these stocks. AMC was actually up 7% on the day. What do you know? After that drop, so still above that $3 strike that we had talked about. So it what's funny is it went right down into that demand zone and is popping up there. This actually might, this might be an opportunity tomorrow. I'm going to look at that tomorrow. I do like AMC at this price, at this $3 price. We have a demand zone. Wow, if you listen to the archives from I'd say about a month ago, we talked about a demand zone from $3.34 down to $2.71. When this market dropped the other day, 20-something percent, it dropped right into that, and we have 4 positive days out of that. They have a split coming up. Interesting. So AMC has a 17-15 split. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We could do the math on one of these shows here. But that one here showing some major upside. So Wall Street bets. Here's some news. A social buzz from 14 hours ago. This is from Wall Street bet stocks, mostly up pre-market. Walmart poised to rise. AMC Entertainment to decline. So we have, this is interesting. So actually this is exactly what we talk about. When you understand supply and demand in the market, that's buyers and sellers, has nothing to do with news. It's basically order flow or unfilled orders we're looking for. Now, some clues you can look at in the market, and this is 14 hours ago from Newswire and Benzinga, and Newswire as well. So as I said, the first one was AMC to decline. AMC Entertainment stock is falling. What's going on? And 2 days ago, Wall Street bet stock mostly up pre-market. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So this is interesting. You look at this, and it looks like bad news for AMC. It says, okay, whoever is writing this, and that's the question, who is writing this, is saying no good for AMC. But yet it dropped straight down into a demand zone, and ever since then it's been going up. So is there a bias there, a reason why they're buying, they're selling that news? Now, I really like this. I'm going to be looking at that tomorrow. Hopefully there's some volatility to give some premium, since we are respecting that demand zone at that $3 mark average. So that's AMC. Disney, still up above those strikes we talked about. We probably could have held those options to expiration, which was probably, I don't even remember, which was August 23rd. Looking really good. Could have got full premium on that. But, the best trader in the world is woulda, coulda, shoulda. Still got 60% of that premium. I'll take that and take that to the bank and not have to worry about that risk with earnings that they had this past week. That's Disney. Netflix down $3. 3%. So big drop in Netflix. They're at the $400 mark, 403 to be exact, 403 even, and that could continue to slide here quite some distance here. So Netflix not looking too good as far as a price chart. So that is a stock market update, ETF market update. Tomorrow, moving forward, since we said in the title, we're going to look at some opportunities for tomorrow. We will look at some stocks that, a lot of people might say it's a risky thing to do, but I do kind of like a couple of these. AMC and Nordstrom's tomorrow. We'll look at those, see what the opportunities are those with some options, but also some potential, depending on volatility, S&P 500. It's been dropping for quite some time here, nearing a demand zone that we've been talking about for a long time. Might be some opportunities with options with the S&P 500 or the SPY ETF. That being said, my time is done here today. As always, collect your profits when they are given to you and protect your losses when they are small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.